Welcome to week 3 of Wellness Within 2021 here on the Harp and Wellness YouTube channel. This week's theme is planning with purpose. So this is all about trying to find goals that are true and authentic to you and planning for the year ahead so that you can ensure that no matter what's going on in the world, you are feeling true to yourself, you're feeling safe and healthy within yourself, and you can move forward into your future with a set plan that will help you to live life with purpose and intention. Today's video is not only going to parallel tips that Alex is giving on her blog, but it's also going to parallel the process in the Recharge and Rebuild handbook that I have out right now and on sale for just one more day. So the Recharge and Rebuild packet shows you exactly how to mindfully figure out what you want your goals to be, set them, and then pursue them in a real, authentic, and tangible way. There's so much more that goes into the packet than just that, including therapeutic music, meditations, journaling, visual aids, and I can't get into all of it now, but I really hope that you will go and check out that handbook in the link in the description box below and grab your copy now because this is the last day that it is on sale for the new year, and it's only going to be available even at full price for a limited time. So if you are setting goals for the new year, definitely go and grab that. It will be such a valuable resource for you to have. So today I have a bunch of notes because I'm going to be reading the 4 steps in establishing goals that will be true and authentic to you and that you can take real action on. So if this is something that you want to actually follow along with, I encourage you to go grab a pen and a piece of paper or grab your computer so you can type notes. But if you just want to listen to it and let these ideas soak in, that is totally fine too. Either way, just make sure that you are approaching these steps mindfully. So whether you are just sitting, listening to this video, or if you have a piece of paper in front of you, still take that time to center yourself. Close your eyes if you need to. Take a few cleansing breaths in and back out. We want our minds to be clear and ready for whatever inspiration comes our way. So this also means setting up your space so it's free of distractions and just giving yourself a few minutes to feel present within your environment. When you do this and you focus on your breath and you clear your mind of other distractions, this will really help your true desires to manifest. So if you need to pause this video for a few minutes to grab your pen and your paper or to set up your space, go and do that, and then you can come and restart the video when you're ready. To start, we're just going to take those cleansing breaths to clear our minds. So breathe in only as much as it feels comfortable. Don't force too deep of a breath. And same thing with the exhale, just let that air out. And keep doing this while lending your focus to the breath. We're going to start by thinking of a value. A value is a principle, behavior, or quality that we hold in high regard. Simply put, it's something that you find really important in life. Don't think too hard about it because we want something to come to mind naturally. You probably have a lot of values that you hold dear, but right now, just choose one. Choose whatever value shines brightest in your mind and start to envision what that value means to you. Sometimes your value might be tangible. So you might picture your family or your friends, your work, your home. Or you might think of less tangible values, such as strength or courage. No matter what appears in your mind, let it simmer for a bit until you are clear on your chosen value. Now we will take that value and create a desire from it. So begin with the sentence, I want to. How you complete the sentence is up to you, but it should pertain in some way back to your chosen value. So if you chose family, you might say, I want to spend more time with my family. Or I want to be closer to my sister. If you chose something less tangible, like courage, then your desire might be, I want to feel more courageous, standing up for my beliefs. So just use these as examples or guidance, but take a few minutes to come up with your own desire that feels true to you. Now we're going to start on the steps that are more logical. We're going to create our goal. And when bringing in logic, it doesn't mean that we can't be mindful. We want our presence of mind to drive our actions. So when forming your goal, keep in mind your initial value that you established a few minutes ago. Now, I bet when you thought of that value, you felt something within yourself. Because when we think of something that's important, of course, we're going to have an emotional reaction. So carry that feeling with you as you create your goal. When converting your desire into a goal, ask yourself, how will I achieve this? Change the beginning of your sentence from I want to I will. And then answer the question, how? For example, I want to spend more time with my family could become, I will spend more time with my family by cooking Sunday dinner each week. I want to be closer to my sister could become I will be closer to my sister by calling her on the phone each evening. I want to be more courageous, standing up for my beliefs could become I will be more courageous, standing up for my beliefs by volunteering for a campaign or charity that's important to me. Now, just a little tip as you create this goal. Right now, we are so overwhelmed with life that we don't want to create a huge goal that will take months or years to achieve. So make sure your goal is small and manageable. If you came up with a goal that's really big, try breaking it down into smaller pieces and then take that first step and make that your goal. Imagine that step being the first piece to a puzzle that you can build over time. People create goals like, I want to lose 50 pounds, which is great, but how do we break it down into something more achievable that will set you on the right path? I will lose 50 pounds by eating right and exercising every day. Not only is that a big chunk to chew off, but it also doesn't have a lot of actionability inherent in it. You're kind of just floating in this eating right, but what does that mean? Exercising, but what does that mean? So really think about the tangible steps that you can take to complete each step of that goal. So if you have to change the wording a bit, that's okay. Maybe you want to start with exercising. I will exercise more by taking a walk every morning. So now we have something tangible, taking a walk, and we have something actionable that we can start immediately. If you want to focus on changing your eating habits first, you can do the same thing. Make it as actionable as possible. So for instance, I will eat healthier by cutting down my sugar intake. That's a good start. But what does it actually look like? I will eat healthier by cutting down my sugar intake to 15 grams a day. So this way you can really see and envision your plan of action. So take these examples and these tips and come up with a goal that works for you. Remember, make it small, achievable, and actionable, but also make it inspiring. We want you to be excited to get started on this goal. So choose something that's going to motivate you to add it to your life. The last step is taking that goal and putting it into a time frame. You'll notice that a lot of my examples naturally added a time to them, and this makes it more actionable. So we're converting our goals into actions by adding this time frame. So as an example, I said that I would cook Sunday dinner each week. This means that it's a weekly goal. Calling my sister every evening is a daily goal. Cutting down to 15 grams of sugar a day is a daily goal. Walking every morning is a daily goal. So if you've already assigned a frequency to your goal, that is great. If not, no worries. Just decide how often you would want to engage in this action to achieve this goal. And if it's applicable, you can also add a duration. So for instance, if I want to call my sister every day, maybe I want to call my sister every day and talk for an hour. So you don't have to add a duration, but if it makes sense, then you can add it. I want to exercise for at least 30 minutes every day. So think about what makes sense for your goal. And now we're going to think about a start date. And this one's important because when we're creating a bunch of goals, like we sometimes do for the new year, we don't want to get bogged down with too many goals starting all at once, because then we run the risk of burning out before we even accomplish any goals. So this is why I said in this exercise, start with one goal. But that still doesn't mean that you have to start it right away. Choose a time to start that makes sense for you. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm giving you permission to just say, meh, I'll try it in a couple months. I do want you to be mindful of when you're starting it. But for instance, if you were cutting down your sugar intake, but you have a birthday coming up soon, then you don't want to start your goal on your birthday if you want to have that joy of eating your cake. So maybe you put your start date for the day after your birthday. And that's totally fine because we need joy in our lives too. You can also be flexible. So maybe you say, yes, I'm going to cut my sugar intake every day, but I will give myself a break X number of days in a month or whatever. So be flexible as long as it doesn't strip away your accountability. So take a few minutes to decide on the frequency of your goal, the duration, and your start date. And of course, with any of these steps, if you need more time, you can just pause the video. So there you have it, a quick step-by-step process to add valuable goals to your life so that you can feel motivated and empowered as you go through this year. And if you want to work on this more, then go grab the Recharge and Rebuild Handbook in the link in the description box below. I will guide you even further with journaling prompts, mindfulness exercises, and music so that you can continue establishing your goals and putting them into a timeline. This way, you can have the healthiest mindset possible as you journey into this new year. This week for Planning with Purpose, Alex talks about meal prep and how it goes far beyond just preparing food. It can help you build routines and live a more organized life. You can also use it as a time saver, and believe it or not, it can add flexibility to your routine. A lot of times people think of meal planning as too much structure, but you have the control over what ingredients you use, what portions, how much preparing you actually want to do, how much time you want to spend cooking and eating. You can make your own rules. So lots of great tips, especially if improving your health is on your list of goals for 2021. The link to Alex's blog is in the description box below, along with the link to the Recharge and Rebuild handbook. So go forth and make your goals, do your preparation, and feel amazing about it.